I am definitely of the opinion, that we should have some DEI hires in this administration, the ones that definitely earned it, because clearly we've got a bunch of incompetent fools that are trying to run our country, and actually they are running our country. They're running it straight into the ground.
As much as Trump and Republicans hate to accept it, we are still a country.
Buckle up, because Jasmine Crockett just dropped a political truth bomb big enough to shake the Capitol. In today's breakdown, we're focusing on JD Vance, the same man who once blasted Trump as a toxic charlatan and is now vying for a spot as his most loyal VP hopeful. Crockett wasn't having any of it. She cut straight through Vance's political flip-flopping, calling out his sudden shift in values and his very public scramble for Trump's approval. She exposed his ambitions, highlighted the contradictions, and laid bare the hollow pursuit of clout behind the mega makeover. This wasn't just a critique, it was a full-on political takedown. And if anyone thought modern sellouts were subtle, Crockett proved they can still be loud, messy, and broadcast for all to see. So get comfortable, because this breakdown is sharp, fiery, and exactly the kind of accountability Congress could use more of. Let's get into it.
Cohesiveness on that side is why this has been the most unproductive Congress. People all over X and everything is like, well, they don't deserve anything. They're so unproductive. Let me tell you, the people that y'all keep putting in charge are the reason that we are unproductive, because they don't understand how to govern. And honestly, they don't even have a will to govern. And the fact that they are allowing somebody who basically is a shadow president to come out and tell them what to do, including Donald Trump, because listen, we know that Elon, as they have touted about how they need to get rid of the immigrants. Let me be clear. Elon cannot become president of the United States because he is an immigrant who has gained U.S. citizenship later on in life. So he's not qualified to be, or he's not allowed to be under our Constitution. So instead, he decided that he was going to buy a president. And right now he is
All right, let's break this down. Donald J. Trump, the man who managed to turn the presidency into a bargain bin reality show, complete with legal chaos and emotional outbursts. And Jasmine Crockett isn't sugarcoating a thing. She calls him exactly what he is, the divider-in-chief, not a leader, not a statesman, just a chaos peddler in a cheap suit chasing headlines instead of governing. Forget policy. Trump spent more time branding himself than building anything meaningful. While other presidents read briefings, he was workshopping catchphrases like it was Open MIC night at Mar-a-Lago. Governing takes effort. Throwing tantrums online does not. And that, apparently, was his true specialty. Then there's the entourage, a cast straight out of political satire. Crockett doesn't hold back when torching the tragic downfall of Rudy Giuliani, once America's mayor. Now a viral meme featuring melting hair dye and a revoked law license. The infamous press conference outside that landscaping company? Still iconic, but only for the worst possible reasons. The Trump administration wasn't governance. It was a mashup of ego, delusion, and dysfunction. A circus without a ringleader, a Netflix-style political drama that somehow kept getting renewed even after the plot died in season 1. Crockett slices through the noise and calls it exactly what it was, a 4-year fever dream in a red tie with no exit strategy.
My concerns as ranking member of this subcommittee, as a member of Congress, and as an attorney, as well as a citizen, are based on things called facts. And when I say facts, I mean clear, indisputable facts, not those alternative facts my Republican colleagues continue.
Jasmine Crockett isn't just throwing jabs, she's landing political haymakers. She calls out House Republicans for what she says isn't incompetence but a willful refusal to govern. According to her, this isn't a case of can't do the job, it's won't do the job. Congress has become one giant group project where the GOP simply goes to the assignment and left the entire country holding the failing grade. Then things take a sharper turn. Enter Elon Musk. Yes, Mr. Tesla Twitter Starlink himself. In Crockett's view, Musk isn't just posting from the sidelines. She paints him as a tech oligarch pulling strings from behind the curtain. Since he can't run for president, she argues he effectively tried to buy influence instead. In her telling, Trump isn't making the calls. He's being remotely steered by Musk like an ego-powered Roomba with a mega decal. Think about that imagery. The world's richest man, with satellites in orbit, rockets on launch pads, and a social platform where your grandma can vanish into an algorithmic void, allegedly shaping US politics through Trump. That's not democracy, Crockett warns. That's dystopia.in her framing. It plays like a Silicon Valley thriller where the code rewrites the Constitution and Congress becomes background noise. Her message is blunt. The real power, she suggests, might not sit in the White House at all, but in a boardroom in Palo Alto.
Tired of it because I didn't come to this chamber to play games. I came to this chamber to answer to the people, the American people, and to make sure that we keep the American people safe. And if we don't get something done, as they talk about the border, I do want to be clear. The only reason we haven't gotten funding for the border is because they killed, the House Republicans here killed the bill that they actually sent us from the Senate side. If they want to do some work, let me tell you something. The Democrats are ready, and it seems like the Senate Republicans are ready too. They just need...
Let's cut straight through the static. Jasmine Crockett isn't tossing casual shade. She's delivering a full-scale public service announcement. Her message is blunt. In her view, the MAGA movement and the orbit around Donald J. Trump aren't just misguided. She warns they pose a national security risk wrapped in a red hat. Why? Because, as Crockett frames it, their political engine runs on lies, disinformation, and what she calls alternative facts. In other words, fantasy politics with real-world consequences. Crockett doesn't tiptoe. When elected officials treat lying like second nature, she argues the fallout doesn't stay confined to headlines. It lands squarely on ordinary people. Whether it's misinformation during a pandemic, false promises in an economic crisis, or outright fictions surrounding elections, the stakes aren't abstract. They are life and death. This isn't political spin in her eyes. It's institutional gaslighting that corrodes public trust at its core. She also lights up the movement for turning truth itself into the enemy. These aren't just people who deny facts, Crockett says. They weaponize ignorance. They don't want debate. They want confusion, chaos, and control. And the result is a country so polarized it can't even agree on the basic contours of reality. Facts become optional. Logic gets branded as partisan. And the nation drifts deeper into a fog of propaganda. Crockett isn't being dramatic, she's issuing a warning. When lies become policy, she argues, democracy starts to suffocate. And she's sounding the alarm before the country forgets what truth even looks like.
Down to like Trump being able to pick talent. Let's just do a quick evaluation. I mean, when we look at Rudy Giuliani, I know that Rudy Giuliani has lost everything from his law license to his money to his dignity. Heck, he was even losing his hair dye, okay? Like, he has lost everything along with any other lawyer that's ever associated with him. And so now we get to JD Vance when he picks a VP running mate. And he also picked another loser, right? Like, because now the single cat ladies are coming for their ticket. Like, I mean, this guy is a loser. And I just need America to step up one more time and remind him, just like they reminded him 4 years ago, that he's a loser and he is only good for entertainment. But when it comes to running this country, we need someone.
Let's dismantle the myth of Trump's supposed economic brilliance. Jasmine Crockett isn't buying it, and, she argues, neither should anyone who's paid a grocery bill or rent lately. She spells it out clearly. Those flashy tax cuts under Donald J. Trump weren't built for everyday Americans. In Crockett's view, they were gold-plated gifts to billionaires already swimming in yachts, stock portfolios, and private islands, while regular people got pocket change and a condescending pat on the head. But she doesn't stop with the past. Crockett issues a warning about what's ahead. A recession, she argues, isn't just lurking, it's practically sent in its RSVP. And according to her, the GOP is the one holding the door open. Their economic strategy? As she frames it, there isn't one. Just slash public programs, shred safety nets, and hope the economy doesn't spontaneously combust. It's fiscal policy by chaos theory, like trying to stop a flood by lighting matches. And then there are the tariffs. Trump branded them bold and patriotic. Crockett calls them what she believes they truly were, backdoor taxes on working families. Prices climbed, small businesses got squeezed, and, somehow, almost magically, the wealthiest still came out on top. Funny how that works. Crockett's bottom line is blunt. In her view, Trump's economic legacy wasn't America first. It was billionaires only. And the bill? It's the American public who's quietly been stuck paying it.
Crumbling for the city of D.C. was that continuing resolution that defunded approximately $1 billion from them, but I will focus on today's hearing. The Republicans' recklessness and chaotic approach to reducing the size of government has shown us what we've already known.
concepts of a plan don't work. It's not just going to be Democrats who miss out on Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security, or only Democratic veterans who miss out on their VA benefits. Their approach will negatively impact all Americans. So it's unfortunate that Republicans have taken a seemingly bipartisan issue and included it as part of their scam to subsidize tax giveaway for billionaires. They haven't proposed anything that will improve the efficiency of the government. Instead, they have put the country on a path to a recession and implemented the largest tax increase on Americans in decades through Trump's tariffs. This hearing is their latest attempt to try to convince the American people that dismantling public-facing agencies will somehow improve government efficiency.
Let's be real. This isn't just political critique, it's a full-blown congressional roast. And Jasmine Crockett is holding the MIC like the headliner on Open MIC night at the Capitol. She doesn't just dissect the hypocrisy within the MAGA movement. She sears it, plates it, and serves up punchlines sharp enough to slice through a red hat.in. Crockett's telling, Donald J. Trump isn't merely incompetent. He's the ringmaster of a political three-ring circus, juggling indictments, scandals, and conspiracy theories on a unicycle powered entirely by ego. And then there's JD Vance, the sideshow act flipping from Trump critic to full-throttle loyalist so fast you'd think he was auditioning for America's Next Top Sellout. Crockett doesn't just point out the absurdity, she spotlights it. She drags the lies, the flip-flops, and the gaslighting center stage and hands them the MIC. And predictably, they wobble under their own contradictions. Here's the wild part. None of this is parody. It feels like satire, but it's painfully, unfortunately real. And that's exactly the punchline. But don't mistake the humor for softness. Crockett's commentary is a precision strike, a ruthless takedown of a movement that's turned governing into a meme war and leadership into performance art. Her message is unmistakable. If American politics has become a clown show, it's time for the audience to stop laughing and start pulling the curtain. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the breakdown, the truth bombs, and a little righteous fire, be sure to like, drop a comment, and most importantly, subscribe. More heat is coming your way, and you won't want to miss it. Hit that bell so you're first in line when the next one drops. Stay sharp, stay bold, and stay tuned.